So this is my latest project. A little bit different to the other projects I've had going on. But this really is where, it all started for me with cars. This is a space frame chassis for a championship called National Hot Rods. National Hot Rods have been going since 1963, and it's really inspired by NASCAR racing in America. Particularly the guy who started all this off, Bill Morris. He went over to America in 1962, met the owner of Daytona, and decided he wanted to build something similar for the UK. Obviously in the UK everything's a bit smaller, so these cars are a lot smaller than NASCAR. The tracks were a lot smaller, quarter-mile ovals, running on tarmac and shale. It's evolved over the years from a sort of road-going car, typically in the early days a Ford Anglia or a Ford Escort. It's changed as it's gone through, and now we have these full space frame chassis, just like a NASCAR is in the States. I've raced cars since I was 16. The first thing I ever raced was a National Hot Rod, which you can race at 16 years old, even before you've got a driving licence. But it's very rare anyone does that. But I did it and straight away loved it, got the bug for it, and did various different bits of racing until I was about 21. And then I had a big crash, which I'll probably show you a clip of. That was in British GT racing, driving a Marcos, which is a British-built sports car. And then I had a good 10 years off. But I always wanted to come back to National Hot Rod racing. It is the best racing in the UK, in my opinion. It's absolutely fierce, it's ferocious, it's fast. It's just everything that you want from motor racing, in my opinion. About 2 months ago, I ordered the complete chassis, which has come in kit form. So rewind about a month to when I went and did the seat fitting, which we did prior to getting it all sprayed up. Okay, I'm just on my way to Carl Balding Motorsport. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a couple of hours away, 2.5 hours. And today I'm going to get the seat fitting. So it's not a seat fitting as you see, or you may have seen on TV for Formula 1 car, where they sort of have this bag of foam sitting in the bag and it moulds around their body. Because we use more of a conventional seat you see in a touring car. But they're not movable. Once they're in. Because I think it's possible to have them on a slider, but it's not as safe, and I'm not sure the rules allow that anyway. So once it's in, and the brackets for it need to be welded into the car. So I need to go there at the moment. The chassis arrived, but it's just a naked chassis, so not been painted. So we'll get the brackets on, and then the chassis will be painted.
So this here is lasered 15 inches to where the axle sits. So basically we'll get you to go right back against that, and then it'll measure a thing, and then we'll bring steering and pedals to wherever you want from that point.
Okay, cool.
That's the plan. Do you want me to go down a bit?
The reason 15 inches is so important is because the regulations dictate that the seat cannot be any closer to the rear axle than 15 inches. The reason for that is it can affect the performance of the car, and they just have to put a rule in somewhere, otherwise the seats actually normally get further and further back to get you closer to that sort of 50-50 weight distribution.
Yeah, that's like that. You sort of skirt round.
Do you want to, angle, not angle, straight?
I just like
literally
straight.
You can go wherever you want
just
to go.
Straight.
Can't look at the side.
Honestly, I used to have mine, I'd be looking at it.
Yeah.
Just what felt comfy. But it's each to their own, isn't it? It's each to their own.
So as we only go around right-hand corners, some drivers like to have the seat pointing into the corner, so looking to the right, and that's what Carl is on about in this clip.
Yeah,
Get to your seatbelts and everything, can't you, Steve?
Yeah, we're not on Backman's job, so.
I like it quite close, but then I did do it too close once and I couldn't turn.
Yeah, but then what we could do is what we've done, so say what we've done with Malcolm's, is we machined this down a little bit, so we've got the angle, and if you went, right, I want it there, we can always weld it. So say it's like 30 mil further away from you, and then put a spacer in it,
Right.
if you wanted to. Or if you're happy to get it where you want, then we'll just go for where you want. It's easy enough. It's good.
Happy days, but easy measurement that one. I have to obviously take a little bit off that sort of bit.
Because I like my legs, I don't want them up here, I want them down there.
Yep.
You say far.
Ideally over to the left.
That can literally go
Yeah.
go wherever you want.
That's it. So yeah, if you put it as far over, well, pretty much.
Your left foot braking man, eh?
Yeah. So ideally, if they can go over, is that about the limit? Obviously, I guess you can cut a bit out if you need to, but
Hold the right. Just press the throttle, because that's where obviously that's.
Nah, the stop's right away. It's too far.
Well, that's got more throw than that.
Yeah. More than that there. I mean, you can change it, but you want obviously a little bit.
so like that.
Yeah. That's the only thing you've got to make sure that you can get full throttle, aren't you?
So if I can get full throttle, I can get full clutch. You know.
Yeah.
So that's.
So you want to be there, or do you want to come? You want to come to me a bit more?
Yeah, come over to you. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna actually. So with all that sorted, it was done. Time to go home and let these guys crack on and get it sprayed up. Because it's trying to get how people. Sorry to show you knobbly knees, but I need to lose weight. I am way too heavy for this. Now, fitness. Ugh, I hate fitness. What I'm going to do is I've got a load of tidying up to do, and I've got a load of pile of bricks here that need to be moved over there, so time to do some work. The reason it's essential that I lose weight is because there is a minimum weight for the National Hot Rods, but it's 700 kilos without the driver. So obviously any extra weight that I'm carrying is a penalty to me. Now, the drivers that do the winning at the moment, they're certainly nowhere near my weight. I'd say they're more like 75 to 85 kilograms. So I've really got to try and lose some weight. I don't think I'll ever get that low, but I definitely need to lose about 10 kilos, I think. Check this out. So I've just bought this massive trailer because when I was last racing, the trailer wasn't really that big. So I've gone really big with this. It's a 6-wheeler, Brian James, RT6 I think they call it. It's massive. It's over 5 meters long inside, over 2 meters wide inside. It's not brand new or anything because these things are like 30,000 quid or more brand new now. It's second hand, it's probably 5 years old. I bought it from a transport company that were moving high-end cars around the country, as you see on the motorway. It's been inspected every 6 months. It's a real reputable company. I paid £10,000 plus VAT for that, which I think is a bit of a bargain. And that is going to work obviously as a trailer, a little bit of a workshop as well, and a bit of protection from the elements, because when you go National Hot Rod racing, there's no hospitality suites, there's no garages, there's no nothing. You are in normally a gravelled area to work on the car. So having a base like this in the middle of the winter when it's raining or almost snowing is really important. Right, it's a bit dark. It's 7 o'clock. Autumn in the UK, and the day I go and collect the race car. I'm so excited. Luckily I forgot about it in the middle of the night, so I actually sleep really well. But yeah, it's like the best Christmas ever, I suppose. So off to get that. 2.5, 3 hours away. I've got to remember the way as well. And yeah, I know where I'm going. Obviously it's not the car in its a complete car, it's all the bits of the car except the engine. So I'm going to go up there, fill the trailer full, come home and start unpacking and see what we've got. Is this a 2-man job or a 3-man job? lifting that.
To sort of
Get that in the back of the
free a
truck
lot
first.
easier, and you'll get some in. That'll be that.
Go in the trailer.
My wheels steer. Leave it there for a second, I'll be right. You're there just at the right time, Robert.
What's the weight of this frame?
134 and a half.
Right, just
Sit
right
there.
there, isn't it?
Happy there?
Lovely. Yeah, man. I'll get strapped there.
We get all the wheels in the back.
I reckon. Right, I have a nice clear garage, although there is a water leak, but I've got to sort that. Just got back from picking all the parts up for the race car. Well, most of them, sort of probably 70% of it. The rest I've got to go back and pick up another time, but there's plenty to get on with. So I've got to try and unpack all that, keep it quite tidy in here, so I've still got lots of space to move around and actually build the car. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, we have lots of bits over here, but pretty tidy. So exhaust, we've got brake pipes, we've got brake pistons, clutch piston, we've got pedal box, fuel lines, electronics here, brakes, brake discs, starter motor. We've got chassis parts here for the suspension, axle, oils, shock dampers, springs, loads more suspension parts, front uprights, hubs. There is tons of stuff. Gearbox, but there's still more. I mean, that's what I've got out. I've got to wait for some help to get this out. So the chassis there waiting to go. That's 130, 440 kilos, something like that. So I need a lift with that. And then engines in the back here. I've got a crane for that. So I've got an engine hoist on wheels. So that's not much of a problem. But yeah, so far so good. We've obviously got the body shell we haven't got yet. Plus a few little bits and bobs here and there, which we're just waiting upon. So tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll get some guys around in the morning before work. We can transfer the chassis onto the stands. Then I'm going to start laying out each corner, so get all the suspension for each corner in the right sort of area, and then go from there. They're all my wheels. So yeah, space, I'm pretty pleased actually. I was thinking it'd be worse. That's just empty boxes, but I've got to just double check before I throw them away to make sure there's no nuts and bolts in there that I need. So, time to make a start, I reckon. That's it for this episode. There is tons more to do, but I'm on a mission to get this done because I want to get racing. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please do me a favour and do the subscribing, the liking, the sharing, etc. And I'll see you shortly, hopefully.
We are ready to go for the 2024 National Championship for the National Hot Rods. Green flag drops. Rob McDonald and Billy Wood go toe-to-toe towards the first corner, and it is going to be Rob McDonald that leads, coming out the other side of it, but Billy Wood tries to brave it out on the outside line. He does it again down towards the West Bend. He's got Perry Cook on the inside. John Christie is there in fourth on the outside line.